It's your boy JS-1's Live, BBCRadio.com. We back in the building with another illustrious moment in time on camera. So you know what it is, man. It's our special. I don't want to call it a special edition, but
it's tonight's show.
Yeah, huh?
Not a special edition. It's tonight's show.
It's just another show. But tonight we are blessed to have one of our family members come back, jump on the show, talk some shit.
Blessed niggas. When I was Muslim, you bless people anyway?
No, so you can't be blessed if you're Muslim?
God, do you?
So what happens if God bestows some kind of good thing on you? That's not a blessing. That's something.
I'm sure they got another word for it. Let's move on.
Probably not politically correct.
We got Starrz in the building. We got Starrz in the building. All right. So the reason why I called him in, two reasons. Number one, I really wanted to get his opinion on. We coming up on 16, 17 years since I dropped my solo album that was a complete dud from the time it came out.
I said drop my solo album. I like it.
Yeah. And then I was like, yo, I wanted to get. So Jay Hill was supposed to be here. He wasn't here, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna call him out for it. But shout out to him. He called me and said he couldn't come. It wasn't like he just ducked out for nothing. See what I'm saying? So
left me alone.
Jay Hill's opinion. I love Jay Hill's opinion on stuff because it's crazy, out of the box, and it's definitely your generation. He's like a strong voice in your generation. You, to me, are one of the best artists to come out of our city in this generation.
Thank you.
And these two assholes are my two closest friends. So if anybody is going to tell me something that ain't true, these two niggas is probably going to be the one doing it.
Hold up, yo. Did you feel like ego just coming through the one?
What? Who's his or mine?
No. I want to get the best artist. Oh, thank you.
I'm not arguing with any positivity. I'm not arguing with it, okay? Say thank you.
You ain't supposed to.
Okay.
But
at the same, he know. He know that I'm out here defending his name out here in these streets.
First of all, you do not have to defend me. If anyone speaks bad about me, it cannot be about music. And I'm confident about that.
Sipping good tea.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
All right, here you go.
I'm telling you.
Must be good tea.
No, it's actually pretty nasty. Brisk makes the worst tea, by the way.
So moving right along, as a part of a special,
we cannot please this nigga for shit.
Yeah. First of all, I didn't drink any of the brisk tea.
You want some?
No, I didn't not my discretion. These niggas. Man.
Yo, so I thought it'd be funny that we review my album.
Okay.
Talk about it. Everybody can give their raw opinions, and then of course we got our special edition.
Do we have to rate it?
Yeah, we gonna go through this like we do real reviews, nigga.
Okay.
Highs and lows, first impressions.
Should be fun.
You know what I'm saying? And then we gotta rate it between 1 and 5 mics.
First impressions. How are we gonna go? Because I listened to it years ago. Do I get my first impression then?
Yes.
Yeah.
My re-first.
Now you was told to re-listen to the album now so that it would be fresh in your brain and you wouldn't be guessing about some shit you don't remember because you old, nigga. So you should have listened to it. Which you did.
Yeah,
so
I started some of it. I remember I played some of it. I played it before.
Do you like it? Oh wait, we're not yet.
No, we're not yet. All right, so let's just get it started so that we can get into this discussion. All right, real reviews. You know how we doing it. It's the artist is named JS-1's The North Star.
Who?
The aim of the album is.
Wait, what?
JS-1's
The North Star.
Did you? You didn't even read it, did you? You just pressed play, huh?
It looked like an old ass Mobb Deep cover.
Yeah. Damn, it started already, and we just got it. We just started.
The name of the
I
album.
wasn't sure what the title was. I thought
It's My Life.
It was North.
It's My Life, My Hustle is the name of the album. And the artist's name is JS-1's The North Star.
Okay.
All right, so initial
T-H-E.
yes, T-H-E, not T-H-E. Right. So, Will, initial impressions on once you got the link in the chat or whenever you saw it.
This nigga was serious.
That's 2 different first impressions. Hold on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, that is 2 different
first impressions.
Well, he said link in the chat, so I'm going off that.
Go for that one.
Now, if you want the original first impression, like, this nigga made his own album.
The album was released in 2003.
I'm like,
2003. So do we?
So in 2000, I was like, this nigga made himself a fucking album. Get the fuck out of here.
That was your initial reaction.
Yeah, it was the
What
initial
about
reaction.
you listening again? Is it the same reaction?
I can't believe this.
I pretty much was like,
17 years
damn,
later.
really? This nigga did make an album? And it's on Google Play.
That was something slightly in my answer. First, it was he wants niggas to pay for that shit.
Oh!
My second reaction was, who did this cover? He must have did this cover.
Unfortunately.
Then it was, you did?
I didn't do
It
the
was
cover. I
with
didn't do
a
the
flip
cover.
phone.
Right. Then my last reaction was, who the fuck got Google Play? But that was a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, because he the only motherfucking iPhone in this building,
Only
dog.
motherfucking iPhone.
Alright, Pill.
I don't know how to use Google Play.
You gonna grow up one day, yo. So, I guess my first impression was, oh shit, I know somebody with an album. Then the next
You know a bunch of niggas with albums. What you talking about?
No. When I first met you.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, and then originally when we got the text in the chat, it was, oh shit.
This nigga got hair.
Because I did have locks at the time. My locks was long as shit. But not as long as his. But it was
like, oh shit. Is this for real? Because
You've never listened to it?
yes, I've definitely listened to it a couple times, but it was like, oh shit, because he never wants to talk about his album, dog. Or never wants us to play
like,
nothing on his album, dog.
It's like the black sheep on
So,
the production the nigga did.
so-
The black sheep.
So it was like, oh, we really doing this? Cool, bet.
I just wanted to get everybody the opportunity and get it off their chest. Go ahead. And it's not like y'all haven't suggested. Well, Will has suggested talking about the album on multiple occasions. And I always felt like throughout the years, it was like, it would be fake. If I was just, play my own music, that's whack, that's fake. You know what I'm saying? But as time went on, and I actually recently sat back and listened to it, I was like, yo, I wonder what other people think about it. And it was the first time I genuinely had that emotion where I want to get opinions from people I respected to see. And then it went on to like, yo, is how I went about creating my album the same as how Starrz would go about creating his, or how another person, like how has the growth of music or the evolution of music changed? Because like there was a serious conversation from beginning to end on how I needed to create it, what beats I needed, what the beat needed to sound like, how I needed to rap. Like it was so much influence on. I didn't get the opportunity. Like Starrz will probably be in the studio for 2 weeks by itself. Like ain't no executive niggas or investors on this nigga neck like, yo, you gotta make the beat like this, or do they? I could be fucking wrong, but
No, nobody talks to me.
right. It was. I just came out of a different situation, so like I just wanted to start that conversation, and I was like, yo, Starrz, I respect his fucking creativity to the utmost. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I know niggas get mad at me, and I've had many arguments. Fuck niggas, kiss my ass. It is what it is.
So I know your standpoint on this, but
Go ahead.
Starrz, what do you feel? Do you feel like it's easier to make music now? Or do you feel like it's easier to make music back then?
Yeah, you was rapping back. God damn, when you
First
start
album.
rapping?
Well, Case was 16, but I wasn't really rapping that. I was just doing like club mixes. But then I got with I think my first project probably came out. The Real Rap 1 probably came out around 2010, 2009.
That's many moons after my album.
Yeah, that album was before mine.
Right.
My real album came out Best Mistake Ever. That's my full out stretch, and that came out 12. So.
Word. Alright, so let's get back to the review. So, highs and lows on the project. Will go first. He been wanting to do this. He been wanting to talk shit about me for years now. Now he done killed me on a personal level. Now you can kill me on my creative level. Go ahead, tell me how much the shit is horrible and this your end of your life and all that other shit.
Really?
That's what we doing today. This nigga's gotta go remember.
Yeah, I only listened to it like one time. I be busy as fuck, man. I got the concept. I knew what you was doing. Then this happened fast.
That is, yeah.
This happened fast.
And I hit you last week and it was like, let's do it.
Yeah. A week's not enough for me to do something like this.
Nah.
A month.
But you know what? It's crazy.
No,
we don't get that amount of time. A lot of time when an album drop, we really get that
but
week.
this y'all job though.
That's true.
This is what you literally. You get albums to do this.
Right.
With me, it's like, all right, let me do this. I gotta get this. I mean, I gotta ride around. Like, when do I really have an hour to listen to an album? You know what I'm saying? It takes me a while to listen to other albums, like real industry niggas. I'd be like, all right, this is the first. All right, I gotta do something real quick. I'll come back. You know what I mean? But nah, go first.
My highs and lows. Well, the one low, I'm gonna tell you this. You sound the same on all your shit except for Lil J.
Yeah, it's the only definitive change is Lil J. Yeah,
that was a joke, nigga. That wasn't even meant to be real.
Yo, I'm just saying.
I was drunk as fuck when we did that song. I made the beat drunk. I recorded this shit
was hard though.
That's the reason why I made it on the album, because I didn't want to put it on the album. This insisted that we put the shit on the album. They're like, we gotta put the shit on the album. All right, whatever. Go ahead.
The production, I mean, he really got.
This is bad. I know that this nigga ain't never got a cat. The cat got his tongue like crazy.
I don't know if he's trying to save you a little bit or
a little bit.
Just say it.
Nah, don't just say it, yo. Like, go be
through it.
Yeah, say what you got.
I don't use all the napkins either. Okay. 4 niggas here with 1 roll.
I got another one. I got another one. We got you.
I mean, you had the same. I mean, I keep up. Also, the album came out like what, 20 years ago. So
2003. Yeah, there you go.
So it's compared to now. You doing that, but
did you like the shit, nigga? Damn.
If you compare it to now, it's all lows. It's all lows.
What was it? What did you want to get from this again? You just wanted to hear, like, you know how hard it is to view a 20-year-old album, but like with fresh ears. It's hard to do.
It is. Yeah.
I would have rather you come in here with 5 fresh ones you just did.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Well, anyway.
I mean, I like the vibe of it. It was a good vibe. It told the story. I get it. But then, like I said, the lows are just the age of it. And that's pretty much about it. Just come listening to it 18 years later, and the last time before this, I listened to it about 6 years ago. So it's every time I listen to it later on, it's gonna sound completely different to me.
So all right, so it starts to get dated at the point of rap style. So the rap style was dated. And we'll just go with the writing was dated like a motherfucker.
Well, also the production was too.
A lot of it was more boom bap. It didn't really have any of the track.
It had like that down something like that Manny Fresh shit.
Yo, that was at the time.
Which then I'm sitting there thinking at the time that was the shit.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying the time frame is which makes it a low now. But if we did this when it came out, it might be different. It might be different.
You know what the funny part was? Is like I was so heavily into trap. At the time I was making it, I was making a lot of trap music, and they were like telling me not to do the trap. They were saying, yo, you gotta sound more up north. You gotta sound more hip hop, more boom bap. And it was just like, all right, well now I gotta like, cause I love doing all that double time shit. Honestly, making the beats is way easier that way. Niggas don't understand how hard it is to do like a 1-2 type of vibe and make it sound hard and all that shit. So anyway, I got you. Highs and lows, Starrz.
Highs is the layout was dope, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You had the intro, you had your ins and outs. I like Set It Off. Song Complex was dope. What's that called?
Vision Roll.
The Vision Roll.
Everybody like Vision Roll.
Why do people like that song? I never understand what people like about that song.
Oh, man, you better, hey, it's a single.
It was a single. We did a video.
So, oh, for real?
Yeah, it's horrible. Don't worry about it.
But lows, I mean, you know, quality, production, consistent rap shit.
But that, like I said, that's one of those.
It's like
at the time, it was. This review would be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
You're basing it now off of everything that came out since then.
Definitely.
So you're gonna have a different opinion on it now.
Yeah, it's fine, bro.
No, I'm just telling you the truth.
Right.
That's how I look. When I originally heard it back, I'm like, yo, this shit, all this shit. But now I'm like, with the shit that everybody got now, and the technology, I'm like, it's just mediocre.
Anything else, Starrz?
No, that's it. I'm not gonna really bash too hard, but yeah, it was, you know.
I'm amazed, yo. This was your chance to go in. And this man came in and was nice, yo. What's up, man?
I ain't about to bash a 20-year-old album. That's you can judge me on my first album. I'll be in here like, what the fuck? Nigga, don't turn that shit on. Play this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so.
Bill?
So, I don't think the writing style is dated. I think the production is dated. I think if you took your writing style and put that on new production, I think that would be, I think it would make that would bring the album back into a futuristic state. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do agree that if we were reviewing this, later, before, it would be totally different. But I think that would be my only gripe about it. Vision Roll is definitely dope. The other positive about it is you got a song for a little bit of everybody. You got a song for the bitches, song for the, but that's your thing. You always preach about that anyway, so I would imagine you would do that on your album. And that's gonna be it for me.
Yeah, alright, so I think the album is, there's two main things that I get out of every time I listen to my album. Number one, there's the attempt. So, I attempted a lot of stuff fearlessly. Some shit flew, some shit fell flat. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I felt like the album was too eclectic for, and this is just me, and I think I might have been too hard on myself at the time, but one of the things I really felt like it didn't get a chance to connect with people because it was too much variety, too much stuff all over the place. Mm-hmm. I felt like my thought process was all over the place. I felt like I was being very vulnerable in certain places, and then I was just being way too shallow in other places. So, when it was sensitive for me to try to promote it because it was just I feel like I'm showing everybody everything. But anyway, at the end of the day, the album, I would have gave it 2.5 mics. But we about to go through the whole process and do everything. But the highs on the album, I think of production. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I mixed and produced pretty much every record on it.
Let me ask you this. Your high as far as production, is that today or then?
I'm saying period, because for the time period that it was done in, even considering how and I base my shit as being a Baltimore nigga. The Baltimore albums that came out at the time that my album dropped was Boss Man's first joint with Off the Record, which he killed me with Off the Record. He had everything on his album that my shit was missing: the cohesion, the grouping of the records that sounded perfectly done at the time. And then I felt like he tapped in to the city's emotions. And I think he just knew what was going on. He had his finger at the pulse of what was going on in the city at the time. And I had no clue. I was totally secluded, and my thought process was kind of that way. The people that were around me was so much on some, yo, you got to make a hit. I literally, nigga, said, yo, you like Busta Rhymes where you can rhyme fast and you sound wild. So be that. And I was like, I don't see it. But they kept pushing and pushing and pushing. So I'm making these records and I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. Same thing with, you need a radio record. So then that's where This Is For Y'all comes from. And what was the other one? Set It Off was kind of that record. All of this was them saying, yo, you got to do this. And then there was you need a soulful record because the Roots was popping at the time. So then, Speaking All My Life, that's got a live bass line, a live guitar. It's got all of the organ sounds and all that shit in there. Because it was like, yo, we got to give something for that. So it's like, I had my ideas, but I also was trying to take the ideas from the people that were
trying to please everybody.
Right. Trying to please the people that's kicking out the money to do whatever.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
What made you make Vision Roll the single instead of all the other songs?
It wasn't my decision, bro. I'm telling you to this day, I swear to God,
let me ask you this.
I don't understand why people like Vision Roll. And let me not, no disrespect, because, Complex, if you see this, you know you my nigga. He came in, we made the beat in like 5 minutes. I wrote my verse. That was probably the fastest time I ever wrote, because normally it takes me like 2 or 3 days to write a verse. I wrote that shit in like 30 minutes. He wrote his shit in like 30 minutes. I freestyled a lot of shit on there and the hook, and we just went in and did it. I thought it was just and I had the worst equipment. I was recording out of a basement with a Casio keyboard, an MPC, and something else. But it was not no top tier, nothing. It was just some random shit, and we put it together. And I was like, I don't think anybody wants this. But I sent that shit to my brother, and he fucking went crazy. And then he started sending it out to people, and they were like, yo, you gotta make it a single. And that's when it was like, and it started getting played on Ocean City. It started getting played in Philly. It started getting played. I was like, how the fuck did this shit happen? But anyway.
Now, what song on it would you make the single?
We know what song you want to make the single.
What? All right, I'm not. Before we get to that question, I'm going to answer this question. I think Set It Off and I feel like This Is For Y'all was the moment. That was my joint. So go ahead, Will.
No, that was it. That's all I wanted to know.
Nigga, I thought that was going to lead up into another question.
Not that I know of.
All right.
Not until somebody says something else, then I'll go in there.
So, all right, so let's wrap this up, and I'm going to get into having a more in-depth conversation with Starrz. Lyrics between 1 and 5 mics, Pill.
I'll give it a 2.5.
All right, Starrz. You can be as mean as you want, nigga. Ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
I mean, it's just not. It wasn't my swag. You feel me? And I was trying to it's rap shit, and I never was a fan. Like I'm a younger than y'all. Like I can't even write the cusp of like niggas being stylish a little bit. You feel me? And it just felt like a rap album for real. I'm gonna give it. I guess like 2.5 vibe, just because it's like 1 is not my vibe, and 2 is dated, and I gotta listen to this. Really, I had to listen to this at the time it came out. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's unfair. I'm not even the kind of nigga who's gonna be bashing the 2003. 2003, like
Facts.
that's all. Come on, that's pretty tough. So I'm just giving it there.
Will. Starrz,
All right.
Oh yeah, pretty dope shit.
All right.
Come on, nigga, spit it out.
I'm gonna give you a 2. That's because one, nigga, I've heard you spit 3.5 bars, yo.
Pause.
I've heard you do it. You can do it. I don't know what happened then.
You probably was still learning. It's 2003. How old were you then?
23.
Oh, the nigga was rapping in high school.
I was, but I wasn't.
I mean, you was off and on. You fucking around with it.
Nigga, I was standing next to Ty. I was standing next to 3 dudes that was really, to me, I felt was way better rappers than I was. And then them niggas was telling me how much trash I was the whole time. So, like, that was probably another component to where it was like me just being fearful of being an artist. I was way more confident in being a producer. Like, you could tell, you could put me in the studio with anybody, nigga. Like, I was confident about being a producer. I was not confident about being an artist. I was scared as fuck. That's why I respect and admire artists that do it so well, like, and have that confidence. Like, it's not easy. It's one thing to put some shit on paper. It's another thing to make that come to life as a person and turn it into a personality. But go ahead. Finish what you were saying, Will. So you was giving it a 2?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 2.
All right. Production between 1 and 5 mics. Pill?
I give it a 2.
All right. Starrz?
I'm gonna give it a 3 because I heard some effort. It was effort there. I'm not gonna discredit yet.
All right. Will?
I'm gonna go with Starrz on there because at that time,
Right.
it would still be a 3.5 at the time.
Facts. I agree.
So the production is the production. It is what it is. But at the time, it's gonna be a 3.
Let's talk about the flow of the project. How one song flows into the next in relation to the whole project. Pill?
I give it a 2.
Starrz?
But that goes with production, so I mean, I'm gonna keep 3 alive. There's nothing to do with like lyrics or like time. It's just about
Word.
it's
Will?
about ability.
I'm gonna go 2.5.
All right. Let's talk about the artwork on the project and how it relates to the music. That's when all the 1s and the 0s can come out. Pill?
I'll give it a 0.
I'll give it a 0.
I'll give it a nice 0.
Shout out to my family, my homies that fucking designed that for me. It was on some it was a homeboy hookup, nigga. It was definitely it was cool. So, Starrz?
I got questions.
Go ahead.
I got questions too.
What made you think this was the cover?
I did not want this to be a cover, yo. That's just what we had no money. It was like on some I literally took a picture with a box camera across the street from my house.
So you looked away on purpose. This isn't why
you looking like yo?
That was a.
You getting ready to take a run, yo?
Yo, it looked like you about to steal some shit.
You look like you the lookout nigga, yo.
You look like it's a back window open and you waiting for the nigga to go to work.
So it is what it is.
You look like y'all want to be on the Mobb Deep cover, but they told me no.
I ain't had no Tim, so I couldn't get on the cover.
So you tried out for Wu-Tang, and like, hell no.
The most impressive part is the JS-1 intergalactically being spaced out. Shit looks like it. I mean, the concept was the best concept on the cover because it actually worked.
And everything else was treated to dash.
Not trash. It's just dated, man. I'm gonna give you a 0.5 on it. One because 0's harsh, but 0.5 says the JS-1 was spaced out. I like it.
Oh, that's all right. Well,
Truthfully, jump out the window on this one.
Oh shit!
We give it a 2.
But why? Why are you giving it a 2?
Because I get this.
This nigga said he jumping out the window with a 2.
I was expecting
I was expecting something real ignorant.
Why
Where's
2?
the 2? What's the 2?
Alright.
Show me
Because the
one
title
and
is
two.
My Life, My Hustle. The nigga look like you on the corner trying to hustle. To make his life together.
The niggas buy a trash bags and a water pipe coming out of a nigga building. Probably abandoned building.
Yo, he trying to get the pack out.
Yeah.
So that's why I give
He
it
might
a 2.
be homeless.
Yo, Will gonna be my sales guy, yo. He really know what I mean. He's selling the shit
Yo,
out
I'm
of
just
this.
saying, yo. Yo.
Honestly, to be real with you, I thought that was called a North Star. I did not even see that My Life, My Hustle at the bottom.
It says it right there, too, at the top.
Oh, it does. It also says North Star next to his name, too. My Life, My Hustle could have been like the page I was on. I've never been on Google Play before. So
That's why I say it, too, because you look like you're trying to hustle. Like you're hustling
I mean, the
backwards,
effort, let's explain the efforts there, okay?
I mean, it looked like flip
So
phone
nice.
quality, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
these niggas been real.
It's so
nice.
real nice.
I thought these niggas really gonna come in here and
No,
go
'cause
super
it's-
hard. I'm like,
How can I go hard on the album that came out when my daughter was fucking about to be conceived?
That's why I was like, yo, the shit.
About to
damn,
be
you old
conceived.
niggas. Okay, all right, Starrz.
Like I
old.
said, it's not a bad project. Now, it would have been nice if we got like maybe 2 more, and then you can really gauge.
Oh, 2 more albums,
Yeah, the body of work. Then
bro.
you're just basing it off everything off
I'm
one
telling
album.
you, I learned so much off of making the first one. When I started working on the second one, I was in beast mode, but yeah, life happened. But anyway, all right, overall project between 1 and 5, Mike Spill.
Overall,
Yeah.
I'll give it a 2. A 6 strong.
Starrz. Overall project.
I'm gonna go with 2. That's a
Will.
lot.
Thank you, y'all being nice.
Overall, this shit 5, my nigga. No, I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm about to say, like, that's real. That's real.
That's not even
messed up.
fucking with him. My 3 would have been fucking with him. 3 would have been fucking with him.
Nah, it'll be a 2.
Solid.
There you go. So I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm right there with y'all.
2 for the solid 20 years it took to make the motherfucker.
Facts. So I'm gonna take a short break. I'm gonna go get some paper towels and I'm gonna be right back. Y'all keep it live. It's your boy JS-1's supplier, VBCRadio.com. Aries Lounge, we back in the building. Got Starrz as a special guest on deck. All right, so we just got finished doing a review.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody's honesty. I appreciate everybody for being nice. You know what I mean?
Don't put us through that no more though.
I won't.
The question
There's
is,
only one album, my nigga.
Oh, you should redo it.
Nah, I'm good. So like I feel.
Remaster it.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I'm good.
That's what Biggie and them did.
Nah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, don't do that. Just leave it alone.
Sure.
Unless you get a new cover.
Given
Take pictures now. I'm listening. Go ahead.
since we had the conversation about my inspirations, what it took, and I think I might have been overstating a little bit how outside influences. It might have been less of people literally being in my face saying, you got to do this. There might have been a lot of suggestions, but there was a lot of time I got to spend on my own. But I felt personally pressured to try to create something. In my opinion, I felt like you weren't a real artist until you could create something that had a certain sound or a certain vibe to it. Like, it may not have been as many people rapping back when I was rapping, but there was definitely the trash nigga that would come to you, and it was just like sounding like he made the beat on some whack shit, and it sounded horrible, you know what I'm saying? But they thought they was the hardest rapper ever. So to me, it was all about getting in the studio, making a big. To me, my thing was I wanted to sound big. I want the drums to hit hard. I want I wanted to sound like I'm in a big studio. That's what my thing was. Thanks, fam. So, Starrz, like, being now, we talk about 18 years later. You are at the top of your game. I personally believe you found your creative groove. You are ultimately confident, once again, in my opinion. Do you feel like everything that I said, do you feel those same pressures to create a hit record? Or do you feel like I've got to create these type of, I need the girl record, or I need the tell them how I feel record, or I need to spit hard with the guns and the gangster shit? Because
I spent a lot of my life like chasing that drug that people are actually fiending for in the world. You know, I'm trying to figure out what it was, but really it wasn't what we were hearing or the type of songs. It was the people. It's the brand, and I think that follows by sound. And sound changes towards whatever becomes the hot new shit. You know what I mean? When age was going on, if I came out with a little ass shirt and skinny jeans, a Gucci belt, and some big ass Vissalotti shoes, you'd be like, well, who the fuck is this nigga in 2003?
Right.
That just shows that times have changed tremendously, and so has sound, to the point that, you know what I mean, nobody cares about really lyrical rappers anymore. To some degree. Like, we look like J. Cole and like Drake's, Kendrick's, like, they're literally making one album every 16 months and disappearing at this point. Drake's the only one that likes being out everywhere. That's because he still controls the wave, I feel like, to a certain degree.
Right.
But these guys are coming in and coming out or going to jail. So I think now it's all, you gotta make relatable music and your brand gotta stand tall. I really think that's what it is. So I'm just focused on making relatable music, coming up with catchy new fresh ways to gather people and making those videos.
So the question comes down to what is relatable to Starrz? Like, what is, when you say I'm making relatable music, what does that mean from your perspective?
I'm making relatable music from my perspective. Because my perspective is the only one that's relatable. I can't speak on another type of music or certain lyrics or talk about certain shit that I don't know about. So I think reliability comes to what's true to you. What's true to you. So what's true to me is, you know what I mean, the women, you know what I mean, the life of ups and downs, you know what I'm saying, the struggles of watching my cousins get locked up, my family, my friends do street shit, and me just being a dude who hooped in the beginning to becoming like, oh, you the dude to rap now, you can't stay out of here, we got your back, you know what I mean? I was always a little bro. Like, I still got big homies to this day, you feel me, that still got my back. So it's like, I just took my role and stayed true to it, because rapping about other shit that I ain't really know about felt weird. So I just stayed true to my shit. You know what I'm saying? And it always, I feel like, moving forward. But now it's about owning my sound. And now I own my sound. Like, now I put a beat on it. I don't say what would Drake do on this beat? I won't be like, oh shit, well, this beat sound like Kendrick, I'm gonna come up like that. No, it's like, all right, how can I make my sound on this beat? How can I put my vocal, if I want to sing, how would I sound singing? You know what I mean? That's how you got songs like Vices and Nothing Different. And Forgive Me If I Drag. Like, those are all the same person, and it's like, I just found the way. You know what I mean? So.
All right, so in that, do you have a character, Starrz, a fleshed out character in your mind? And I'll make the question more plain. Is there a difference between Kobe and Starrz, or in your mind are they still one and the same?
I feel like Kobe is come out on Starrz now. I feel like when you listen to Starrz now, like, it's still Starrz doing Second Daughter. That's obviously Kobe's child. You feel me? But that Second Daughter is me. So that song in general, it shows you me combining into one person. That for a very long time I separated the both. I felt like Starrz and Sky Jones, and, you know what I mean? All this stuff was like my alter ego, and really, you know what I mean? It's a part of me. It's just way more flamboyant that way. So how about, instead of just talking about like, you know what I mean? I remember this bar that saw 10 for 10 on Tanny, and it was like, it used to ask me for 10 at the door. You know what I mean? Now I'm walking in with 10 or more. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are still in the club records. Instead of me saying, I'm in a bottle, busting bottles, got bitches on something like that, all that kind of shit cool. But also, like, yo, in the same club I had to pay 10 at. Now they're paying me to walk in this club.
Right, true. With 10 niggas.
With 10 niggas. And if I want more, it's cool. So it's like, and I learned that from Drake too, placing real, like, awkward, cool shit in your verses. And like, don't let it be a club song. Let it be whatever song that can be played in the club. You make a record that's made for all things instead of you trying to make a record for this, record for that. Make a record. Just make a record. Make a hard song. And if it's dope enough and real enough, you can play it anywhere. Old Town Road is getting played. Got played everywhere for weeks, bro.
Still is. No,
the most
and they
ones
working on another remix. They just dropped another remix, and they got another remix coming.
Like, and it's in everywhere played. And is that a club record? Is it an R&B record?
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Is it a song?
Because they talk about it was a country record, and I do not agree.
Exactly. So it's music. It's a fresh sound, and it was authentic to him. It sound good, and it was some unique bars he used, some slick stuff. But really, it's like, can't nobody tell me. That's some dope ass singable shit. Mm-hmm. So we can't deny great music in all forms. And I feel like if it's fresh, it's new, it's relatable, it's something that you can really fuck with, then nobody can say shit. You know what I mean? If they do, it don't matter. They still gonna be humming in the car.
So when you go into the studio, so like, all right, so we got Vices out, Layups came 8 months. Was it 6 to 8 months before that?
Yeah.
And then before that was, I think, just a bunch of singles and stuff like that.
Yeah. When
you walk into the studio now, is there all right, Starrz album, Starrz Devo album, this session is for this, or have we evolved to the place where I'm just creating whatever, and then we'll figure out when the album comes?
Well, Vices is my last album.
Got you.
I'll be doing EPs. I think my lane now is just to find credible packages. So, you know what I mean? Me and Don Trump going to do an EP together. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go to me and Calvin the Great do an EP together. And those are my first two, back-to-back. Me and Don making an all-girls project, set of songs. Ooh. Just about women in general, the art of women.
This nigga took the EP to the max. He went all the way to the 7 records.
Yeah, 7. I think 7's a good number. 1, it's replayable still. 2, if you make good enough records, they'll listen to it over and over again. Don't even know they're listening to it over and over again. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to be too short. I mean, I'm always a fan of, my albums always have 15 or more. Mm-hmm. Just because I had so much to say. But at this point, like every 4 months, like just give them something special. Put a visual, good layout, and let it live. And then move on. Because music is microwave. We have to understand it. We have to be okay with it. We have to digest it. And we have to move forward, molding what you believed in into what you now understand. And that's where a lot of artists get lost. Because believe it or not, these artists that's popping now, they're going to get lost. Mm-hmm. One, because they're making music for right now, and they're not really changing. Artists that I really see like changing and who's super dope, and I don't even know if you guys probably believe this, but if you watch where he started, the way he is now, he'll probably be here a while. And that's like 21 Savage, believe it or not. Yes. His sound is it's different. It's different.
And it's changed
dramatically. It sounds like no one. And he's actually pretty good. His last album didn't have a whole bunch of dumbass bars. It was more witty ass, like outrageous shit, but it was still witty.
Agreed.
So I feel like he's somebody I'm looking at a lot. Same thing with 2 Chainz. Like I feel like, I know he ain't putting nothing out recently, but I feel like he mastered that for a long time. Like just putting out a sound that always went with everything.
He just put out the album 2 months ago.
Yeah. I'm just saying recently. Like, he's not a name that you would speak on right now, but that's somebody that who's always consistently working. Unlike people who had it for a while, like Fab. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Jadakiss had a long run of being like top 5 conversation for a while. Things of that nature. Also, like hate it or love it, like the game really found its way. I feel like he'll have a hard time this time around.
I feel like he's so much better once he went independent. And I think that it just, his creative palette, he was just free to create as he felt pleased. Like that last double album he dropped was so phenomenal, man.
Yeah. Dark Rain 2 was dope.
Yeah, that shit was on another level.
Jeezy, the song with he had a lot of amazing records. One was the one with 2 Chainz, I'm by the way or something. I'm by the way.
The one,
oh my god, like the beat and his ride, the beat, and the joint with Drake he had 100.
Yep,
that was crazy.
The joint with Puff on it.
Yeah, crazy.
Like
Ferrari.
On the Ferrari or the Lambo or whatever. Crazy. That shit was hard. Yeah, it was definitely. And then the one he had one with Kendrick that was phenomenal. He had one with he had Erykah Badu on there. I love that one. Like he's
really, a creator. He's an artist. He's a musician. Some of his tactics outside of that, gets questioned. But as far as the music in general, game will be here for a while as long as he keeps, raising the bar. And I say that to say, I think I always have a space as long as I stay true to me. And no matter what music do, I'll find my way in it. You know what I mean?
So, do you listen to yourself?
The thing is, I listen to a lot of me because, or artists I'm working with. I only listen to the studio shit I do. So right now, I'm working with D-Tronada album. I'm only listening to D-Tronada album because I'm trying to perfect it. The sounds, the instruments, things like this. We gotta do the hook right here, maybe different. Maybe the vocal needs to be turned up more. Me and Nigel are locked in mixing and mastering records all the time. So every time I record something, like I did a joint called The Shift, I posted not too long ago, like the last rap record I kind of put up on stage. And it was like, it's just me, even if you listen to that, it's me really like dissecting myself, you feel me? But right now I'm just listening to D-Tronada to make sure her album's perfect because, you know, this is my new baby right now. You know what I mean? EP and projects too.
So do you feel like Vices is your... Do you feel like your Vices is your masterpiece at this point? Because
Vices is my blueprint. Whatever comes after Vices is because of Vices.
Okay. So you feel like that's your...
Whatever comes after Vices, it's because of Vices.
It's because of Vices.
Like because, like Jay-Z, everything that came after Blueprint
was because of Blueprint. Wasn't completely influenced by Blueprint. It set the bar to another
success
space.
of Blueprint, the response from Blueprint. Like I have no bad responses about Vices, and I think it's because I found the sound that nobody heard. They're all good songs to a degree or two, and a concept, and I still got y'all with concept. Killed you with it still, like still made me. So now it's a ride, and then the time it's like when you listen to Vices, like. All right, I put the real, then I put the party, then I put the love songs, right? I put real first because I'm from a city where real matters. So I had to paint that picture of who I am first. And then by the time you get tired of hearing that kind of shit, switch right to the party. The party's a little bit more digestive, especially because a lot of them are 3 minutes. 250, 3 minutes. I gave you the most of those, 6 of those. You know what I mean? And then most of those has features. Why? Because I gave you a lot of me. I can't tell you nothing about me that's realer than just me. And YG Tech was on one joint. And then it's like Mariah Lynn, then it's Moose, then it's D-Tronada. You know what I'm saying? And DB Bantino on Sexy. Like, it's all parts of me, but also other people. Right. So it kept you into it, because if anything, you wanted to hear the features, who all killed me on my project also. And then it's into the love songs. And by that time, you're wondering how good I am at this, and then Bite comes on first. It's like, wow, this is me. That feedback, which is like a salute to the women. And then it's, you know what I mean, Bob again, which sounds like a closer of love songs. Like, it's like, you know what I mean, that works like that. And I just felt like, and Move the Fool didn't fit anywhere, honestly, so I didn't make it focus. You know what I mean? So.
This nigga really just broke down his album on some slick shit.
Oh, no.
So,
because it's a real record, but it's not real enough to be in my real songs.
True.
All right, so let's go into the D-Tronada component. Like, when you are working with somebody of the opposite sex, how do you put yourself in a space of, all right, let me put Starrz away, and I'm trying to not write from her perspective because you're not writing for her. But how do you know what works? Especially her, because it's not like some of the other female artists you dealt with, because they were more girly girls. She's more of like a nigga, MC, killer, masher.
But that's the thing. Like when I first met her, I had no idea on how to package her because I never really sat down and knew her.
Right.
Now I know her. D-Tronada is a soft-hearted, hard-rapping, street-influenced young woman. She turned 18 last month. And my challenge wasn't what to do with her musically. It was how to transfer this woman who can rap better than most of the niggas I know. And not only take her from this child viewing into a young adult. When I got her between her 17 and 18 situation, she had been rapping from a perspective of 16 to 7 to 16 and a half. So she was a child then. Now she's moving over, you know what I mean, and really getting to rap about things that matter. I mean, she rapped about, you know what I mean, her life on here, like things about, she got a song called Flaws, where she talks about, you know what I mean, almost thinking about killing herself, you know what I'm saying? Or she had anxiety problems, and she has a song where she speaks on how she makes it uncomfortable being around people, or how people that she loves need to fall back because they're not good for her. Like things that you wouldn't think she raps about, but just because you see her and it's just a bunch of a bunch of like gunshots lyrically, which is a part of it, but also songs like Hoodlum she has on here where she's speaking on how unfair it is for black males in the hood who are looked at, how they looked at, and how they can't win in the system, and she breaks down the system. So she's very knowledgeable. She's never had the opportunity to know how to place this into a project now. And that's where I come in hand. You know what I'm saying? Because she can rap. but I had to tell her, like, all right, let's do this beat instead. Let's slow down the verse on here. How about we full bar it this way? You go on this pace. Then you speed it up at the end. Or how about the first verse, we bubblegum it. Then you kill him in the second verse. You know what I mean? How about you do this kind of record? Do this kind of record. And we just teamed up and it just became what I believe is a flawless victory for her. And I can't wait till people hear it. Because it's undeniable.
Do you think it was a challenge?
Yes.
Was it a challenge to
it was
take somebody that young?
Well, her mother, Shanta Mantranada, and her brother, her manager Jermaine, trusted me dearly with the music aspect. Yeah, he's sweating bullets.
Yeah, you got a whole big ass room over that motherfucker.
I feel like it was most important that her mom and her brother were okay on the direction I was taking her.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, 18 is still a child, but it's kind of like you can do what you want.
Adult,
but you gotta really, like I told her, I said this album is going to open the door to you to do whatever the fuck you want. But we still gonna let you say certain shit. Like this whole album without saying fucking shit. Just for me. Smoothly hit him with that. Don't you can't go from not saying nothing to being fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, everybody say nigga. You know what I mean? Ass, if it's appropriate. Damn.
Was that a challenge for her to do that?
No, because she never wrote like that. So these were bonuses anyway.
True.
Nigga was a bonus. Damn was a bonus. Ass, like she never really used a bunch of cuss words. Only thing she does express a lot is nigga, and I feel like she doing that because in her heart she a little nigga. You feel me? You know what I mean? She a little nigga in her heart. But yeah, man, it's me. Imagine my work ethic in an album, including someone else. You know what I'm saying? As good as Layups is, and David is, me being there with him and sculpting it out how it was is why it was good as it was.
Work.
And Davo being great at rapping, me knowing what he probably would be great at rapping,
right,
was a plus. I didn't put him on nothing I knew he wouldn't kill.
Right. I think, and Davo said this at the record pool meeting. He's like, I just rap. Like, he's like, I don't do no business. I don't do no. And me imagining him in the studio with you, him being like, I'm following your lead.
Yeah.
You led, and he followed. Like, but he killed it. You know what I'm
Every
saying?
time.
Like, you set the stage, and he just murdered. And
I mean, some songs that he definitely went first, but I always, even then, I build off him. Like 9 to 5 was the first record we did, and I went in there and did it, and then he was like, I freestyled that whole song first of all, so it was like a thing with rumors in there, put the beat on, I was just and I did the first 4, and then everybody was like, yeah, yo, keep it, and then Dave, I was like, yo, well, Dave will just do it again, and if you listen to it, it's not the exact same. It's some words that he didn't say. Right. He said it his way. Same thing with the Layups intro. Like, I wrote it, but it's like he still did it his way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was just a plus. But Davo is talented in music. But I feel like when it comes to me and him, I'm always be like the creative album mode type nigga more so than just rapping. Let's make songs.
Right.
And I feel like that was important for that project.
And like I said, when we first sat down and talked about it, like, you bring out, like, it's one thing being in the studio with your homeboys and you comfortable by yourself. It's another thing when somebody you respect, you in the studio together, and it's like, oh shit, I gotta step up. Not that he feels threatened, but he feels like, oh, all right, well, I can play as hard as you can play. Like,
same thing about Ben.
Right, and it's just like, yo, still sharp and steel. And I feel like you working with Deisha, when you first told me that, I was like, yeah, that's hard. Like, that's gonna work because she is an enthusiast. She's a purist, like, hip hop artist. So it's like that challenge of being with somebody that's serious. It's not just about gun clapping or let's just make a trap song. It's like, no, like, you challenge her to be the best flow, best lyrics, best presentation, best, hey, let's pick the best beat, not just the first beat. Or
or even making records and having and letting her know, like, yo, this ain't for the album. Like, we got records that was dope. That I was like, we gotta just sit on them. Or we had features not come through in time. I had to explain to her, like, yo, sit on them. When it's time, it's time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't always that time. You know what I mean? And I think she's grew through this process, and I know she knows this is her best project. And like I said, when it comes out, you'll hear it, and you'll just, and the visuals, the videos that I've even done for her so far, but like the ones that we got coming out, you know what I mean? The album cover, just her layout, how she doing shit, it's me and Ronald and her manager getting together and figuring that out for her.
But let me ask you this. Because this is going there. been in the game for a minute. What artists that you work with, it was like, you know what, I gotta step my game up, which bled over to the other artists that you work with now to make them step their game up?
Back in the day, well, Los was my first competition ever. I mean, the first like rap I looked up to. That's
and what lesson did you get out of that when you like? I need to.
Well, I was always, and to a certain space, I got known for punchlines and like dope verses. So going on somebody else's song, I felt like they always wanted that from me. So that's how it started. So when I got on somebody's song, I just thought about like, this is my chance to like put all my effort into 16 bars real quick. So I gave niggas 4 sets of 4. You feel me? And I would write the hard 4, say it, stop, think of some new 4, crazy, boom. I would always write the punchline second. And I would always write the first line second. So I always come up with a punchline and then write something to match that punchline. So you know what I'm saying? So say we in the mansion eating on new food like dead deal. You know what I mean? I'll write that first, and then then I write shots fired at your head, so stay clear. I'm eating new in the mansion. That's like dead dead. You know what I'm saying? I'd write it like that, so the punchline's already there. It don't really ever matter what this is. If this saucy, that's dope too. But this over here, gonna hit you in the head. Right. So sometimes I can't hit you with, and then sometimes all 4 of them was knocking. But it was always set up at 4s. So that's the way I did it. But it was because of Los, because of Scar Akbar, Comp, song Felber G on fucking Being Me. To this day, like, I mean, like, I never saw nobody effortlessly just stun me with just I never heard nobody rap that good. And it's not like Love's not that good, but I'm talking about like illustrated, like paint pictures, like, and then the mansion floors and the cat with blood dripping from the ceiling fan. Like, damn, I see this drip blood like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and but top, like I guess the newer rappers, Lonnie Moore, to a space where we was in. Takeo Bang.
Lonnie Moore still doing music?
No, I'm talking about recently.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, did he quit?
I don't know.
I ain't seen him in a long time.
I mean, I definitely think he was an I think Takeo Bang does stuff effortlessly. I mean,
facts.
He's
a bum. I'm just
no, no negative speaking on my side, but nevertheless.
Come at me, bro. Pause.
Whoa. Who else?
I'm still waiting for that disc record to come out.
Oh, it's coming.
Takeo Bang disc record come out at me.
You going back in the studio?
That's the only reason why I get out. Yo, he's the only person that'll come out of retirement.
YG Tech. I think YG Tech is really dope.
Tech is crazy.
Tech is really dope. He
Tech
also has that comp effect of saying things illustrated. Even on my album, like he came in, he took that. He didn't even try. I don't even know if that was a verse he wrote. He was gonna freestyle somewhere. He ate that up. You know what I mean?
His albums be too prolific and graphic. Like he's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? He's a phenomenal artist. You know. I was talking to somebody. Who the fuck was I talking about? And I was trying to. DDM had battled Scar Akbar, and I was talking to a rapper, and they weren't from it. They got into a beef, like not beef like fighting, but throwing bars at each other. And DDM held his own, nigga, like crazy hard. It was long. Okay. It was about 5-6 years ago.
Okay, cool.
But that's how his name got popping.
Okay, cool.
And then out of that, he built his career. And I was talking to another artist, and they were like, Scar Akbar, like he make music. Wow. And I was just like, hell yeah. Matter of fact, I'm not going to name drop. But it's a person where you will be like, this nigga should know. Nah, I don't do that. But he was like, yo.
Do that.
Nah, don't do that. It's the homie. And like, I'm having to sit there for 20 minutes and try to explain the legacy of Scar. Like, yo, Scar's crazy. Like, Scar battled Eminem, like, on some real shit. Like, we don't know the outcome, but we know it happened. You got to be somebody of a certain level for that type of shit to happen. But anyway, proud of all of that shit. So, once again, I want to bring it back because we just had a real deep conversation about a bunch of stuff. Do you feel like it's easier to create for a crowd in this time period? All right, because now you are close to a decade in.
Okay.
Do you feel like it's easier for you to create now or was it easier for you to create back then?
It's space and bars now.
And do you feel like people accept it more? Because I really feel like we're in a time period where people are way more accepting of Starrz, the artist package, versus 7-8 years ago.
first of all, when BME came out with the colorful bandana wrapped around my tight army fatigue pants, Jordans on the G-Shock, like this time period was gruesome for me because I was being who I truly wanted to be, and street rap ran everything.
Right.
So I'm rapping these swag better than all swag shit. I'm dripping all that kind of shit. I was doing that shit years ago on a stage where niggas was like street niggas. You feel me? Like Yuck and Billow and you know the Scar Akbars in that sense, but like I'm talking about deeper than that, like who was like when C-Note, the nigga like C-Notes and what was the Gritty Gang, all of them like doing the not wheelchair, but what's the
I know what you're talking about. I just
can't remember
the name for shit.
Back in the day where it was just street rap, I was trying to make myself prolific in this city, and it probably would have been easier if I just was street with the talent. But I fought for what I truly was, and that's made me who I am today. But it's like it's always been hard for me. It's super easy now. Like I'm not even doing shit nearly as bad as the other niggas doing. Tattoos on the face, blonde dreads, like this is what it was to y'all. What I looked like back then, but just it's a new levels now. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like
now, and then even with that, I have more questions about why don't Starrz just be the label guy, man? Go get the funding, and you create the artist, cause I'm sitting here and I'm sitting here 20 minutes listening to you talk, and I'm like, nigga, you know how to market, you know how to create the records, like you know how to package an artist, like you got the necessary it factor to be the executive. Like
you gotta have two things in the industry to survive.
Okay, let's go.
First thing is you either need to have a brand or a following.
Okay.
Brand or following. That's the first thing you need. Not no following and like, oh, we got 40,000. No, you need like
$500,000 to $1 million.
You need like $500,000 on your own to really make money out here and be looked at, or have a record with more than 1 million views. Period. If you don't have that, you need the second option. Fucking money. Lots of it. Because you can just market yourself how you want to, put yourself where you want to, because you got the bread to. There is no one successful that has not had one of those two things in the past 15 years.
So so if there was a number, investors out here, if y'all watching, y'all can reach at him on at I am Starrz, STARRZ. So how much money would you need to get what would we call the label, yo? What would we call the label?
How much to start me?
Yeah.
What I need?
Yeah.
To do right by?
For you to start a label, not for you to do the Starrz album thing. I'm talking about the label thing.
To start label artists?
Get you 2 artists. Get you your Lloyd Banks and your...
I can make some noise with two big followings and 200,000 for 2 artists. That's 100 a piece. 100 in a year.
Nah, so that way, so he needs $500,000. Because you need operating capital outside of that.
It depends on, I work from the inside out. I wouldn't go out there to get Spike Lee and all the niggas and shoot shit. I got Maggie who's gonna do it for this number. I wouldn't go anywhere else to record. I can give Nigel $5,000 a month. He can record everybody. I don't need nobody in the clubs to make them look. I know all the club owners. They walking straight in there. I make a call, drop them off. I don't need to pay out of their ass for bottles. Go in there, hey yo, I'm gonna slide you this $500, and I'm gonna get a commercial done for your club. Make a movie out here for my artists. So it's ways about it. So you ask me what I would do.
I agree, but you still need a salary because you need to live.
Who, me?
Yes.
I think
it's your label. It's your label.
Yeah.
You working. You gotta get paid.
2 artists, what do you need for those artists?
Right. But I'm saying for the label in general. That's why I said $500,000. You said $100,000 a piece. You said $200,000. That's why I said $500,000. So
$500,000 for me and the niggas to live, because I ain't the nigga who's gonna make sure they don't live. So I'm gonna give both of them. I'm gonna give both of them allowances to live throughout this bullshit.
They would need it.
And then, of course, I keep a cool bill for myself. But still, it'd be the basis of let's work $250,000 in a year with 2 artists the right way. I really feel like I know how to do it. Only thing that stopped me this time is not having the money and to some extent with following. I mean, a lot of people know me in Baltimore, but a lot of people don't know me out other places. If I didn't do a tour with Tech 9, those places probably wouldn't know me. So it's like you gotta be realistic with yourself too. It's like, yo, sometimes you get the catchphrase though, you can really go out there and do your thing. Like I ain't got the catchphrase though, everybody got to see me like I want to. Yeah, I was on a reality TV show, but again, they looked at me as a cute nigga trying to get the bitches for her. Then you got me on the tour with Tech 9. A lot of the energy may not have been the same. You gotta understand, y'all killed the shows, but was it really what you guys would want to sit and listen to if you were a Tech 9 fan?
That is true, because you were definitely, and then you dropped the project at the same time. That was dope, but it definitely wasn't what's the name? Strange music? Not strange music.
It wasn't no strange music thing. That's why when they was trying to see what was up with the sign there, it's like, yo, well, what y'all gonna do with me? Realistically, like, bring me on tour. I got slave a long ass time on tour to make money and maybe get a buzz. Like, you really working on strange music. Like, you doing tours, you making your own money. You feel me? Like, every show you might be getting like between $300 or $500, which is money, but you still gotta eat, you gotta get fresh, you gotta take care of your family, your bills at home. That $500 show go fast. Yeah, you got 60 cities, but you also need to eat every day. Some places you might gotta pay $30 for a meal. Some places you might get a pair of shoes to tour, it might fuck up when you jump in the street. Now you gotta get a whole nother shoes.
Right.
You gotta buy a couple outfits for shows. You can't keep wearing the same shit. You get recorded every day. It's so many things you gotta look at. You know what I'm saying? In this industry with certain things. So with that being said, it's like I knew I couldn't just live over there with that shit unless it was more involved. But these labels, yo, they know what they do. They trying to do the less as they can and get the most out of it.
Trying to get the most out of you. Right.
You still owe them the money or so.
To be working the dog shit out of the nigga. But I honestly, that was just a side piece. I just felt like it came to my mind. I was like,
it might happen. I might do it sooner than later. You know what I mean? Right now, my passion still, I just want to understand this creating album thing. That's where I'm at right now with D. You know what I mean? Me and Sneaky T have been working. I'm working on a project with her.
That's going to be good.
Yo, Sneaky's a missile. She's out of here. Who else?
That's interesting.
Who, Sneaky T?
I wouldn't have thought nobody would say that.
Sneaky T's dope. Sneaky T just need a sound to master.
Correct.
She has the concepts. She has the women. Yeah, I didn't write nothing for her. I helped her with some hooks. I think help her piece together some shit.
Well, you gotta remember though, like she put out projects, but it was always her covering of her records. So like this is the first time
she making songs.
She's making songs, right?
We getting the right beats. We getting
she's surrounded by the right people that's gonna help her do the right song. So like
she recording with Nigel now. Oh. So she in the house.
Everybody hot records with Nigel. Nigel, I'm coming to get that interview, nigga. Yeah. I got Mike McIntyre's now.
That's the real one right there. I
gotta get Nigel in this joint. But all right, so is there anything else about the creative process? Because like the most important component I wanted to bring out of this is I wanted to give young people confidence, or even people from our city, like writing, creating, because that just seems to be something that everybody seems to have a problem with. Even when it comes down to podcasting or doing radio shows or whatever, it's like. Some people think, let's just turn the mic on and blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, nah, nigga, you can't. It needs purpose. It needs this. But I'm thinking in the music, it could be that, but it could be something else.
I think right now, if you're an artist who's trying to make it rapping, one thing you need to do is save some money. And you need to go to the best place you can go to record so you can sound the best. I think second, you need a team of people around you who do not rap. I repeat, who do not rap. Who just are fans of music or fans of you. A good 10 to 15 people who you can call on to pop up the video shoots. Who can call on to come to the club with you. Who can call on to help you pay for something because you're trying to go somewhere with the shit.
But they cannot be yes men. They cannot be yes men.
I mean, no.
You can't go
but it's not even about yes men. It's not even about being a yes man at this point because I've heard lots of bad music. So, I mean, it's about, like, yo, let's do it the right way. Like, music's about what it looked like. Niggas looking at shit videos, they like, oh, niggas slick ass niggas. Like, all right, jump around doing wild shit. All right, you got a team of people around you. How many times have you been to a show and you watched it on stage? Yeah, it's a bunch of people, but they all know the words. They all dancing. They all jumping up and down to it. You get the fucking with it after a while. I just went to a open mic. Me and Maggie gave away a free video. Shout out to Big Guy. He does the open hip hop shows. I'm gonna start doing. Me and Maggie's gonna start giving out a video like once every 2 months or something of that nature. But we went there, did a raffle for a free video, and of course we stayed and watched artists. And it was like 2 or 3 of them that had like they did every week with they niggas every week on that stage, and to the point everybody that was there knew it. Not that they're niggas because they had put that energy in that room so many times that when it reoccurred, people loved it. Music is about whatever everybody fuck with. You literally have not. What last CD you heard and you just came across and somebody be like, "Oh, listen to this," or "Check this out," or you saw a video that you like, or somebody said this. Like something always brings you to an album. You never just click on something and be like, "Oh, this cover looks cool." I got time for that shit. I'm a grown ass man. So something needs to happen in between time for you to even have interest in clicking play for the first 2 records. And that could be a show. It could be walking in the store, seeing a flyer that looks dope. It could be somebody telling you somebody dope. And even if they do that, they got 4 different people got to tell you somebody dope for you to really sit back and go check them out. I can tell you somebody dope right now. Well, maybe not me because you respect, I guess, my opinion. But like, you know what I mean? My nigga come in here right now and he's like, yo, tell him to listen to da-da-da-da. And I laugh for real. He's like, all right. And then somebody else walks you like, you heard this artist today? You know, a nigga came into the studio and said something about that. That might raise it a little bit. And then one more person you fuck with to say something, you like, oh, I gotta check this shit out. It's all how it goes. But you know how it gets into those people's ears? Through the streets, through marketing, through going through these hood spots, through these kids dancing to it. Like, it's so many ways to do the shit, but it's all groundwork still. It's not the internet no more. And people think it's just the internet. A corny, goofy-ass video can get you some play on the internet, but authentic music that's going to live got to be felt through motherfuckers.
That's agreed. Agreed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you, Starrz.
All right.
I so appreciate you. Your insight is always so greatly appreciated. Congratulations on the new album.
Love.
I thought we had a little bit. I wish we had a little bit more time. I wanted to do the review in front of you, but I'm gonna record a joint and I'm gonna post it up, and you know that we can argue online as we always do. You know what I mean? But
all five.
It's better to argue when he's here.
No, I'm not arguing over this album, bro. I know this.
He said he's not on. He knows it's a 5.
I know this is a 5.
That's why he needs to hear it.
No.
hold on, real quick. Let's go around the room. What would you give it overall?
Overall, his project?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
All right, what would you give it?
I give it 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm right there with you, yo. I'm right there with you.
Crazy.
You know why I couldn't give it the 4?
I couldn't give it a 4. It's a 5.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a 5. Production.
But you know what the funny
A100
part is?
production.
We all have a favorite Starrz album, and they all different. Like his favorite Starrz album is "Sins to My Glory."
Yeah.
What's your favorite Starrz
Vice
album?
is now.
Vice Vice is your favorite now?
Vice is my favorite.
And you know mine is still gonna be the
Your favorite album 3.5.
Shut up, yo.
Live it
Like,
up,
look, there are songs. So look, when I first got into Vices, there were songs that I was skipping because I didn't like. But after I kept listening to it, I was growing.
The best project altogether.
That you've put out, agree.
Altogether, yeah.
Agree, because you know why? I feel like
Sins to My Glory was a rap album. It was a painful rap album. That shit is depressing. That's why you like it, because it's depressing.
It was.
Yes.
Very depressing.
Yeah. I hated my life. That was in a deal I couldn't get out of. I was at Universal. And fucking Relume Records, wasn't in love like I thought I would be. It was different. But
I love Vices because you found your sound with Vices.
period.
You found your creative stride with Vices. That's why I love Vices so much. And you gave me everything, just like you said. You gave me street, you gave me party, you gave me the bitches, you gave me truth at the end. Mm-hmm. And I fell in love with truth at the end because that was the realest. That was the realest part of you. That's why I felt. But there are songs on it that I skipped.
What songs?
I don't like Clout. I used to hate Sexy, but I actually love Sexy now.
Top 3 on that.
I actually love Sexy
Clout,
now.
I understand Clout. Clout was made for a reason, though.
Yeah.
Not because of my own plug. Like, that sound is a kid. That sound, you play in a party with children and watch that record.
Really?
Period. But yeah, dead ass. They like dance and they won't stop.
I turn it on now and I jump straight to Nothing Different.
Okay.
I mean, that's not taking away nothing from the songs before, but I jump straight to Nothing Different.
That's dope.
And then I go from there. But, you know, that's just me. But, you know, Will was saying in the car, he don't like Boo the Fool. But that was the first song I gravitated to. And
I didn't like the last 3.
See what I'm saying? And
last 3. Well, Vibe with Damian Blue.
Vibe was one of my favorites.
So the bottom.
But do you like songs like that?
Some, not.
You like songs like Vibe is a certain type of sound. It's actually a remake of a fucking old song.
It was a hit and miss. It's one of those. Maybe depending on how I feel that day, I might like. But when I listened, I didn't like it.
Right.
But the top half. Give me if I try. Fuck with that.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Propaganda, I fuck with that. Sexy, I fuck with
Propaganda's the most rap song, I guess.
I think.
What up?
I think I fell in love with
I like Clout.
You like Clout
because it was
But that's the vibe. It's like I'm not telling. Look, this isn't like every song is amazing. everything. This is a straight through album that has everything that you would need in an album.
I agree with that.
3 through
I
12.
agree with that.
Solid.
Every other album I did, I feel like I forced a lot of shit on them.
You made them selfishly through you.
Maybe this was made for me and the people. Like I know what, like safe. Like you can't discredit that.
That was
verse.
dope.
You heard that verse? I real life. Like I mean, it's rap on there, and I'm speaking like this because I know my package and I understand my package and I know what people like. I understand that shit. But if you've been rocking with me this long, you understand why I'm saying Vices is my best project. You know how hard it was to find this space. You know what I'm saying? Like this space of where I'm at, compared to just Says in My Glory, where I'm just literally rapping my ass off.
And that's what I actually
painfully let people know that I am better than everybody. But it's like that's the most unknown album I've done. I guarantee you go in the room and they talk about me. That ain't an album they're gonna speak on. You know why? Because it's not one of my best projects. Hey, what did it play?
One.
On one year. But it's
I thought that was one of the dopest ones. I mean, you just barred the shit out of it from start to finish.
What album had Steve's piano on?
That's the
Live Forever
Live Forever.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was before Vices. That
yeah,
was
that's
my
my
favorite
best rap
album.
album.
That's
my.
Yeah.
I know that's my
That's
best
my
rap
favorite.
album.
Before
I
Vices, it was
considered getting a Live Forever Die dope tattoo, and I was like, yo, I'm stopping myself.
Right.
There you go. So what? You know what I mean? It is what it is. I still might do it. Fuck you, I mean. But and get no excuses somewhere else. That's crazy. I think not only that clothing line, but the album is fucking fire. Like,
he's gonna be self-sufficient off this music. Whatever happens with him, he's gonna live out this music forever.
that's a fact.
He's a talented man.
That's a fact.
Talented man.
We have got to go.
Yeah.
Once again, Starrz, thank you for your time.
Straight up.
Yo, this is Aries Lounge. We check y'all next week. I got a bunch of reviews coming. We got a bunch of other shit coming. If you haven't watched all of the older stuff, definitely. I just posted 10 joints in the last 48 hours. We love y'all. Peace. Let's go.
Peace.